The next part of the show, guys, because we are now quarter to the hour and we have to bring in our guy, yes, the special forces coming through the breakfast show ceilings, or he's on a mountain somewhere communicating to us. It's the one and only Ronald, the extensive bonus. Good morning, Ronald.
Good morning. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you, Ronald. Top of the morning. Ronald, look, you know, the things I hear from our listeners, and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, Ronald, he's just so deep. You know, when he goes into these things and it's like, wow. And then we have people like, oh no, you know what? I got to get this information because I know that this is really, really useful. And they're like, how does he do it? How does he cram all that information into his head? But it's been a long time of study, isn't it?
Well, yeah. 50 years plus.
50 years plus, you know, and this man is sharper than nails, more powerful than iron. It's the power of nutrition and doing the right things. So what have you got for us today, Ronald?
Well, just before we start with that, I also think about my pathway in my life, and I look back and honestly started studying nutrition seriously at the age of 14.
Yeah.
14.
So let me get such a mix up the background. Sorry, yeah, that's better. Sorry, the background was just too happy, so I wanted to hear you better. Sorry, just repeat that last bit again, please, Ronald.
I said I actually started studying nutrition at the age of 14.
14, wow.
14. And a lot of my Vietnam veteran mates have retired at 60. Right, and because when you're in the army, spending combat, you're allowed to retire at 60. But when I got to 58, I said, I'm not going to retire. No way, no way. So I'm still working now at the age of 75. Still working.
Wow.
And I'll keep on working until I get, you know. Well, that's the way it works.
That's right. You know? And I think something else you shared with us, that, you know, the moment someone like retires and they don't do anything, it's like they, and I think this is a thing that most people are familiar with. They die like 2 years later, right?
Absolutely. I've seen so many cases when I was at Banging for where people retired at 65, they'd be dead by 68.
Wow.
Finished. That's it. End of story. You know? So, and I think once you keep going, even if you work 3 days a week or 4 days a week, but even if you actually stop work, but you build hobbies, you know, you build toys for children, or you build hard work, right? But do something with your hands and your brain, because that's what keeps you on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So keep.
I know a guy's 98 years old, and he makes little trains for kids.
Nice, beautiful.
He spends about 3 days making little trains.
Beautiful.
Like on his journey to fantastic, you know?
Absolutely.
Anyway,
yes.
Let's talk about a very one of my favourites, and it's called lime. Lime.
Okay.
And, now, of course, you've got most people know about lemons, but a lot of people don't know how to use lime. Lime is a cousin of the lemon. Of course, the lemon is yellow, right? And the lime is green. Now, there's essentially two types of lime. There's a smooth skin lime, smooth skin, and then there's one with a rough skin, right? And they're both medicinal. They're both medicinal. Now, my favourite is what they call the Kaffir lime, Kaffir.
We should have that on the a little example of that. Yeah, it's in.
Yeah. So, but both limes are good. And like I said, smooth skin, or the Kaffir lime. Now, what's very important right from the word go, if you're going to use lime, it'll be quite hard. You know, it'll be quite hard. Lime or lemon, it'll be quite hard. So what you do? You use your palm of your hand, and you put your lemon on your wooden cutting board. You put lemon, and then your lemon on your and you crush it with your hands.
Okay.
You roll it. Okay, and what that does, it breaks the actual inside. You know, where the oil and the lime juice is. It breaks it, and that allows it to soften the fruit inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's really important. Otherwise, if you try and squeeze it, you're not going to get a lot out of it unless you crush it with your hands.
Okay.
Right? It's easy to do. You just rush it with your hands like that. Very important. And then after about 3 or 4 minutes of this rubbing, you'll find that the whole thing will be soft.
Okay.
Now, you should never do that until you're ready to cook with it. Right? Okay. Otherwise you create antioxidant. You create oxidation. Okay. So now, once you get that with a sharp knife, very sharp knife, and you cut it down the middle, and then you'll find the juice will be ready to go. And then you can squeeze it.
Okay.
Get the idea?
Gotcha.
Right now, right at the end of it, I'm going to give you a phenomenal recipe, which is my version of Thailand Tom Yum soup.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, but Ronald, sorry to interrupt, but Ronald, isn't lime just a baby lemon?
No.
Okay.
No. It's its own fruit.
Okay.
Like I said, the lemon's yellow. That's the differential.
Yeah.
Yellow and also the different vitamin C.
Okay.
But lime is actually more concentrated vitamin C.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the green in the lime is the chlorophyll, which is the lemon doesn't have as much.
Yes.
Chlorophyll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So anything. What I'm saying is that anything in leaves, like olive leaves, kaffir lime leaves, lemon leaves, anything that's green contains chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, right?
We love
chlorophyll. And that's the natural component of a plant.
Yes.
And that's what helps to create what I call photosensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
And the sun works with that, works with the skin.
Gotcha. See?
And that's how fruits ripen through their chlorophyll.
All right.
And chlorophyll is excellent for your liver and your kidneys. Excellent. Right?
Okay.
So I'm going to quickly give you the benefits of lime. Now, just by the by, where it actually came from, this kaffir lime, it came to initially native to various parts of Asia, and that included Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines.
Okay.
All right, that's where it came from. Right. Now, for a lot of people who understand homeopathic medicine, they say that kaffir lime is highly respected in herbal medicine. Okay. Now, guess what else is good for the lime? We've got a kaffir lime, a bush. It's like a bush, right? Like, more like a bush than a tree, right? Now, one of the things we can use, we have a beautiful big, about 4 inches long, 3-4 inches long kaffir lime leaves, right? And those leaves can be used to create antibacterial function on your gums.
Easy.
Right? So, yeah.
Because I got sore gums, I think I've had a few sweets I shouldn't have had. So I can, all right. Okay, yep, gotcha.
So what you do, of course, you've got to have the leaves fresh as you can from your own bush, right?
Okay.
Now, the idea is you get the leaf, a good sized leaf, 3 inches long. If it's healthy, it'll be 3 inches long. You crush it with your hand, you wash it, crush it with your hands, and you rub it on your gum. You rub it on your gum. First thing in the morning, you rub it in your gum, and last thing at night, you rub it on your gum, and then you chew it a bit. It'll be quite like citrusy. And then what that does, it takes out all the bacteria between your teeth. Do your toothpick first, like that, and then you can rub the actual lime leaves crushed on your gum, inside your gum, and then you use the toothpaste to brush it off.
Okay.
Right? And what that does, if you've got any sort of built-in bacteria, that will actually get rid of the bacteria quite quickly. It's very citrusy.
Wow.
Okay?
Powerful.
So what does it have? Now, it's got some amazing flavour by the concentration of what we call alkaloids, citronellol, limonene, nerol, and other organic compounds in kaffir limes, right?
Ooh.
Now, these the alkaloids, the citronellol, the limonene, nerol, and other organic compounds, they provide a unique aroma and flavour, but also a wide range of health benefits, right? Now, in addition to that, we all extracted from the leaves, as well as the leaves themselves, can be used for medicinal purposes, right? And then you can mix the oil with shampoos, soaps, salves, fragrances, and other cosmetic products.
These are the leaves of the lime, right?
Correct.
A lime bush, and you're just using the leaves.
Use the leaves for now.
Wow.
And of course, you can buy lime leaves from supermarkets. You can, but I wouldn't recommend that because usually they're dry. The oil's gone out of them. Right? The absolute best 100% way to enjoy the lime leaves is to grow your own bush, your own tree.
All right, guys, it's time to hit those. Time to hit Costco, guys. It's time to get our lime bush. Jade from Wolverhampton says Ronald is dropping the knowledge on oxidation. Booyah shaka.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly. So what it does, it improves oral health. It detoxifies the blood, the lime juice. Right? Detoxifies the blood. It helps the digestive system to break down protein. Okay.
Okay.
And,
So
it also uses an insect repellent.
Yeah, you know, when you just said that, sorry to interrupt again, to break, it helps the digestive system to break down protein. So would you recommend probably putting a drizzle of lime juice over your steak if you were to eat it?
Now you're talking. You're taking the words right out of my mouth. If you've got a steak, or fish, or chicken, wait till it's already cooked, it's on your plate, and then you squeeze your lime. You rub your lime, squeeze it, and you squeeze the lime juice on top of your meat, or your fish, or your chicken, or your turkey. I personally prefer it on fish. I think the lime's got an affinity to fish and prawns. Right? It really makes the flesh of the prawn or the fish, like any fish, cod, salmon, a sole, sea bass, it's incredibly good for you. And it breaks down the protein in the fish very quickly. You can even put it on eggs. After you boil the eggs, when you put the eggs, you can even put eggs. It creates an amazing flavour with eggs.
Oh, wow.
And lime juice. Right?
Wow.
And one of the ways you can prepare is you boil your eggs 4 minutes, 45 seconds. You peel them, you put them on your plate, and then you cut some nice clean red onion or white onion. You squeeze your lime juice on top of that, and a bit of olive oil, and apple cider vinegar, and presto.
Bob's your uncle.
Your eggs is level 5.
Oh, wow. I'm going to try that later on today, actually.
Yeah. So also it is very, very good for lowering inflammation inside the body and outside the body. Right? Okay. And funny enough, when you're squeezing the lime juice, it's really amazing. When you squeeze the lime juice, you smell it. You put your nose and smell it. That helps to reduce stress. It's got a lovely calming effect on the brain. Right? So in summary, you get relief from anxiety and stress. You strengthen the immune system. You promote good oral health. It helps to detoxify the blood. You stimulate your digestive system. It's rich in insect repellent properties.
Ooh, really?
And it reduces the appearance of age marks, scars, and pimples.
Okay.
And what age is if you've got pimples or acne or something like that, you actually squeeze the lime juice and excuse me, and then you rub the lime juice on the scar or the pimple or the age mark. You just rub it on it and leave it there for half an hour. And the vitamin C gets in there and starts to break up the scar, and you get much smoother skin.
Wow,
the idea?
Beautiful.
Now, if we've got 2 minutes, I'm just going to explain quickly about the tom yum soup, right? Now, what you need for that is prawns, about probably per person about 20 prawns. Now, usually if you've got a normal restaurant, they'll only give you about 4, right?
Yeah.
But you get about 20 prawns that's enough for 1 or 2 persons. Right? Let's say work on 1 person, 10 prawns. Right?
So 20 prawns, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the small little prawn they call king prawn. That's not king prawn.
The king prawns.
We're talking about 3 inches long.
The robust prawns.
Well, that's exactly big ones, right? So about 10 to 20 is for your plate. So that's cooked first, slightly cooked, and then the idea is you put a red onion, some lemongrass, some about 3 or 4 kaffir lime leaves. Which leaves did you say? The kaffir lime, the actual lime leaves.
Kaffir lime leaves, yep.
You don't just put the limes itself, you put the kaffir lime leaves.
Okay,
right?
All right.
So what you've got, so in a bowl, like a Pyrex bowl, for example, you put your prawns on the base, already cooked, semi-cooked, and then you put the kaffir lime leaves, the kaffir lime juice, a little bit of olive oil. I like a bit of olive oil with it. A bit of sea salt, sell to get on, and then you put a bit of lemongrass, crushed lemongrass, which you can weigh salt, lemongrass, or you can buy it. The juice, so the small cut red onion, and small cut white onion, okay? And then you put boiling water on that. Boiling water.
Okay.
Okay, and then what it does, you'll see the colour will go greenish red. Okay, greenish red, right? Now you can add a bit of turmeric with it, which adds another flavour. You can put some curry leaves with it as well. Curry leaves.
Curry leaves,
curry
yeah.
Leaves. Something has curry leaves, yeah, curry leaves.
Yeah.
And then you bring it to not the boil, but you bring it to simmer, right? And that gives you the most delicious tom yum soup.
Ooh.
It's different. It's actually an improvement on the traditional Thai tom yum soup.
Ooh la la! I'm on that program.
It's delicious. Now, last but not least, remember when you cook that concoction, you use another lime on the right side, and as you're about to serve, you put it on the plate. In other words, you squeeze on the first plate, you squeeze the lime juice in the tom yum soup, and you stir it all up, and it will be pretty hot.
Lovely.
And you can also, the other thing you can do, you can add about 3 or 4 red chilies.
Ooh.
Marvelous, right? And
oh wow!
If you're in the cold winter night, you take that, and I tell you what, Ronald, you warm for hours.
Yeah, my goodness, colds are going to be a thing of the past, right?
Yes.
And you know,
in fact, you're just taking the words out of my mouth. If you eat tom yum soup on a regular basis, you'll go into winter without a cold or without flu. You will, because the amount of vitamin C you're taking in on a regular basis. Get it?
Okay, so it's called tom yum soup.
Yeah, TOM.
Yep.
YUM. It traditionally was invented in Thailand. It's called Thai, THAI, Tom Yum Soup.
Thai tom yum soup.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Tom yum soup, yeah.
Look, listeners, you know when you... Sorry, go on.
Go on.
Yeah, you know when, you know, we want to eat better and we're trying to think of different ideas, you know, we're trying to think, we've done this and it's like, oh, I can't continue doing this because it's just got too boring now, and you want to do something to change things up. This is something that's really simple, and it, you know, I'm sure it will go down well, and it's a whole different dynamic flavor and taste as well.
Yes.
I mean that program sounds good. All right, wow.
But you can certainly go to YouTube and look up the way that you can cook tom yum soup. Yeah. But what I always do, I'll get the original recipe, and I improve it. Improve it.
I hear.
By putting the salt and the olive oil, a bit of olive oil, right? And otherwise they'll put like a cheap oil in it, maybe like a nasty type cheap oil, which you don't want. By putting olive oil in it, it just draws a lime even better.
Wow.
I use extra virgin oil for that. Just like maybe a teaspoon or two per plate, that's all.
Beautiful.
You get it?
Absolutely beautiful. You know what?
Do a twist on it in the world. Yeah.
Guys, so look, try this out at home. You know, I'm actually going to try this one because this one looks very simple to make, or really straightforward. And I'm actually going to give this one a try, actually, and just let you know how it goes. Hopefully I'll be able to... Oh, it's going to be the anniversary weekend. It's probably gonna have to be next week. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go at this, actually, and I'm gonna take a picture of it and show everybody on the breakfast show. I'm gonna do it. And guys,
you can make this tonight for your anniversary dinner.
You know, I could actually. I just need to get those leaves, isn't it? I need to go into someone's garden and like pull some of their leaves off their tree. You know, just by
the way, I almost forgot. Very important part. I always forgot. When you squeeze the lime in the actual soup. Yeah. Okay. Now you have the two halves, right? The two halves of the lime. You get a very sharp knife, and you cut the one half. You take one half, you cut it with a very fine knife. Cut it just very small, like about a millimeter. You cut it into shred it with a sharp knife, and then you spread that half of lime in the soup. Okay. Right? So that gives you another dimension of flavour, because you've got the lime juice, and now you've got the lime skin, right? As well. Now, but of course, be careful when you buy it. If you buy lime from a shop, make sure you wash the skin before you use it. I'm gonna. But when you add that additional skin on your half, right? You can use the other half to make tea, right? And then when you do that, what actually happens is that you end up with an extra flavour of lime.
Wow. Beautiful.
Make sense?
Beautiful. I'm on that program. Miriam says nutrition is a interesting topic. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I didn't rate getting a lime bush. I didn't rate it. I didn't consider it. I was like, I'm just going to get a lemon bush. It looks good. Everyone knows about lemons. But right now, from what you shared with me, it seems like next to my olive tree bush, I'm going to have to add a lime bush to that as well, because you've literally given us the tools and made us understand the value of these things that we don't really consider much, you know. And right now,
you need about 3 square feet of soil to do it, to get it growing well.
Yep.
But if you're going to put it in a pot, they will grow very well in the pot. If you're going to put, you need about probably a pot that's about 2 feet wide.
Okay.
2 feet wide. Okay. And because the root system is quite strong, and you go right down the bottom of the pot, maybe 2 or 3 feet.
Yep.
But also, if you put it in the pot, you must give it minerals on that every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks.
Okay.
Because otherwise it will not grow well.
Give it water every 6 weeks, did you say?
No. And once you planted your lime, you've got to put minerals. You've got to put minerals around the actual root system.
Okay.
So in other words, when the trunk of the lime is, you get about a handful of minerals. Yeah. Okay. We use a company called Remin, R-E-M-I-N, very good company. Yeah. And we've got rock dust. Right? So it's just a handful of that, and you spread it around the trunk of the tree.
Remin and rock dust.
That's right, rock dust.
Okay.
And then that helps you to give you fresh lime. It will keep your limes healthy right throughout winter, and you'll always have green leaves if you do that. But you must feed the minerals every 6 weeks.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Ronald. That has been absolutely powerful, and more power to the lime. That's it, guys. Let's do this thing. And we look forward to hearing more from you both, because we've actually been very well fed. What a lovely breakfast we've had. Jade says happy anniversary, Robert and Nicola. And Lisa Zapata says sounds delicious. Julie Phil says I'm going to get my lime bush. We're on a mission, Ronald. Thank you so much, soldier. And those of you who want to hear more from Ronald Petrina, Petrina just put it there on the Planet Wellness page that they're going to be having this afternoon, and we're going to learn more about limes and all this other good stuff. Guys, this has been your breakfast show. We are done for now.